you're not an owner of a Saab vehicle, of course. Have you had one since you retired?
Yes, indeed. When we bought it in turbo, and drove my wife. It was my wife's car basically because I was driving mainly a pickup truck. Something like 120,000 miles. And then it was recycled to our youngest son, and he drove it for quite a long ways. He just retired it not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you just a quick perhaps thought about the future? Saab released a concept car in Geneva earlier this month. Did you happen to see that one, the 9X concept?
Yes, indeed. Of course.
Yeah, and what were your feelings on that one? A lot of people are feeling very bullish about it, mainly because it is a compact car again, and of course it'll have that hatch type thing again. There's no definite word on whether it'll be produced, but what did you make of it?
I think it has the potential, obviously not in exactly the configuration that it was shown at Geneva. I have not seen the vehicle itself. It's been illustrated. It's in this week's Automotive News, as a matter of fact. There's a photograph of it. I just looked at it last night. I think it has the potential to be another iconic car, like the Volvo 1800 ES, like the Saab 900 convertible, if it's handled properly. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be a market that Saab need to get back into, I think, to get that younger buyer in again.
Yeah. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the side profile because I think the downward slope of the roof line is a bit too extreme, but that can be tidied up. That's a detail, but I really like the concept.
All of those years with Saab, what was your favourite drive out of all of them? You pretty much would have dealt with just about every car that they sold, even though you had a 14-year or so gap in between your jobs with Saab. You didn't miss much in terms of changing models in that time.
I'm sorry, the telephone connection just broke up. You asked me which model did I enjoy the most?
I was just going to say, even though you missed you had a 14-year gap in your jobs with Saab, you didn't miss much in terms of new models because they were developed so slowly. So you pretty much.
I see what you mean. Yes, I understand you. Yeah. Well, I didn't have much contact with Saab during those years, frankly. I was fully engaged. I was just as fully engaged during my Volvo years with their business as I was during my Saab years with Saab business. So I paid attention to what I was selling. I drove, when the 99 Turbo came out, I contacted Saab's PR guy on the western part of the United States and asked him to come have lunch, and I drove the 99 Turbo, and I was very impressed. But apart from that, I didn't drive Saabs during those years.
Yeah. Well, over your complete time with your full relationship with Saab, which car was your favourite to drive or your favourite in general?
That's easy. 900 two-door turbo.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I always drove. Yeah. I didn't drive convertibles, actually, amazingly enough. I just never took one out as my company car. I had access to them, for heaven's sake. We had cars around. I could drive whatever I wanted, but my personal car was always a black two-door turbo.
Right. And it was always black?
As far as I know, my wife's sitting here. Was it always black? She's shaking her head. She doesn't know. She doesn't remember anything different.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I guess, I probably could have predicted the 900 Turbo answer, but the fact that it was always black is interesting, just with the current emphasis on the black Turbo with the Turbo X. So, it certainly was an iconic vehicle.
Exactly. I was delighted. I was called to Boston. I was invited to Boston by Steve Shannon, the current COO, and I was just delighted. They had the Turbo X there, and they had a 1986 Turbo Aero black, fully restored, sitting next to it.
Yeah.
That really did my heart good.
Right. Did you want to get in and drive it? Did they give you an opportunity to drive
I
it?
wanted to steal it and bring it home with me.
They didn't give you an opportunity to drive it? I guess it was just locked up inside the
It was in the halls, you know. I guess they set aside a car for me to drive, but I really didn't need it. I flew into Boston, I stayed in the hotel, and never used the car. But that 1986 black turbo Aero, that really brightened my eyes, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, I've got a silver one here at home, an 85 one in silver, and it's just fantastic to drive. It's heaps of fun.
You know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. Look, there's probably a million more things I could ask, but we're at about 50 minutes now, so I should probably wind things up. We could keep going forever otherwise, and I don't want to take up all of your afternoon.
Not at all. You're welcome to call back anytime. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed having you here in our home. And I hope and trust you'll come visit us again the next time you hit these shores. And feel free to contact me anytime you want to talk again.
Yeah, well, look, you have my guarantee that if I'm over that way again, I'll be calling in because I had such a great time there, and yeah, absolutely, I wouldn't miss the opportunity. Not on your life. Bob, thank you so very much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. You're an absolute legend in the Saab community, and congratulations on your 50 years. You might want to propose a toast to that on Monday when you celebrate your birthday.
I will do that. Thanks so much, Stephen.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.